What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. Going down the line on our Larry Bird content that has been requested by you all, you wonderful, fabulous people. I love you all. Some of the videos that people have been asking for me to react to are no longer on YouTube and have been taken down. So I'll keep it on the list in case it gets uploaded again sometime in the future. But this one here is on YouTube, and this video was recommended to us by subscriber/viewer Manuelito Rivera. So appreciate that one, Manuelito Rivera. So I'm really interested with all the Larry Bird stuff I've been watching the last couple of weeks. I don't think I've heard this story. I had never heard a story about him almost making a player commit suicide. Now, I know Larry be trash talking, the best trash talker in NBA history, arguably, and Larry be spitting them flames. Yo, he be straight roasting people, man. It's hilarious. So I wonder if it had to do with that or maybe something that happened on the court. I don't know. But let's get into it. Check it out.
Then I got a chance to play against Larry Bird, and I knew everybody in Knickerbocker, all Irish, Catholic, Italians were going to be watching, all the brothers and black and brown people going to be watching on this side. I was like, all right, second game in the NBA. Here we go, baby, showtime. So I get there, and Charles Barkley comes to the game hungover, you know? You could smell it on him. Boy smells like a sailor, man, like possum nuts, you know? So Larry Bird comes in the game. They start it, and he goes, Charlie, you've been out all night, right? Here, take this with you. Boom. He starts lightening up Charles Barkley. Gives him about 10 points real quick.
He smelled it on him.
Smelled it on him, right? So then he look over our coach, Jim Lionel, as he backpedaled back Larry Bird. And he goes, give me somebody else. So they put in Rick Mahorn, and he look at Rick and say, if you got a whole ass, you got to make 2 trips, boy. You can't check me. Why? Larry Bird just talked. Then he go, give me that guy over there, Armin Gillian. And Armin Gillian come in. And one thing about Armin, people thought when they passed the ball into the post with Armin Gillian, he wouldn't pass it back out. It's because they kept trading him so many times, and he was colorblind. That's why he held onto the ball. He didn't know what team he was on. That's true story. Right? So the whole time I'm going, Coach, put me in the game. Put me in, Coach. I want him. So he's lightening up Armin Gillian, and he struts back like only Larry Bird can do. You know, he trotting back. He looks over at the bench, and he goes, hey, Coach, put the rookie in. I was like, yeah, put me in. You better not hope you don't put me in. And then Jimmy goes, Jay, go get him. And I go in, I go, yeah, what you want to do? Come on, baby, let's go. Let's get it on. And he gives me a pump fake, and I jump clear across his head. And when I come back down, he looks at me and goes, stupid rookie, boom, and hits a 3-pointer. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's one. He's Larry Bird. You know, and now the only thing that's going on my mind is all the white people in Knickerbocker watching this, right? So I'm like, okay, the next time I'm just going to play him this way. I'm not going to jump. And he's laughing. His third goes, you're not going to jump against the Birdman? Whap, hits another one. So 6 points in not 25 seconds. So I go, shit, now what do I do? So I'm caught between the fart and the shit. So I'm just, I'm like half jumping, half jumping. I look like a damn orangutan. What to do? Now I'm panicking, and he just gives me a pump fake, crosses over, hits another. Got 9 points now, Ben. 9. And it's 3 straight times down. So I'm starting to think when we run back down, maybe I shouldn't play basketball. Maybe I wasn't that good. Maybe I should have been a brick mason. You know, what the hell am I doing here? I can't go home now. If this guy scores one more bucket, I'm thinking suicide. It really was. I was like, what the? That's how bad. I went back down, and I was like, well, I bet you can't take me in the post. He goes, post me up. 5 down, he calls. They throw the ball in the post. He pump fake, goes around and dunks on me. Now I'm like, oh, shit. I got dunked on by a white man who's on the end of his career.
Can never
Larry
go home
Bird.
Again.
It's a wrap now. The only thing
now
on
you
my
know how
mind
Julius felt.
is Mayflower. And you know what Mayflower is, right? That's the moving company. You know, 1-800 Mayflower. I got to move out of the neighborhood, and then he just gets another one. And now he ends up with about 14 points on me, and I'm like devastated. So the second half starts, and I'm on the bench, and he starts lighting up Charles Barkley again. He's lighting up Rick Mahorn. Then he's lighting up Armin Gillian, right? And the coach comes down to the bench. You got nobody else to put in the game. And he looks at me, and I start looking into the stands with the fans. I wouldn't give no eye contact to Jimmy Lyon and the coach. And I'm like, please, don't put me back in there with that white guy. Please, whatever you do. It was the first time in my life I was ever scared to be go into a basketball game. So fast forward about 6-7 years later, I make the All-Star team. And he's our coach. And when you make the All-Star team, you go in and they have your minutes on because our Eagles are so big. And people think there's coaching that goes on in that game. Oh, in the NBA, there's really no coaching. NBA is 80% personnel. That's your team. 10% coaching, 10% luck. That's how you win games. But you go in and minutes are on the refrigerator. And I go in and I say, hey, how you doing, coach? And Larry Bird looks at me and goes, your minutes on the refrigerator. I was like, thanks, coach. And I started walking over to go see my minutes. He goes, you fucking rookie. So he remembered him lighting me up all those days.
The dude said, I was caught between a shit and a fart. I've never heard that. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny that Larry remembered that moment years later, as the coach of the Indiana Pacers at the All-Star game. Stupid rookie. Yo, Bird be straight ethering people, man. This dude said, I was contemplating suicide. He was like, no, seriously. And I was like, oh shit, seriously? Bird almost made you, hang yourself from the hoop. Just take the net off the rim, wrap it around your neck, just hang there after you got dunked on by Larry Bird on the tail end of his career, boy. Damn. He was still calling people out on the tail end of his career. That's some good memory by Bird, because as many people that Larry Bird has called out and shit talked, and he remembers Jason Williams. He remembers doing it to Jason Williams years later. I don't remember Jason Williams being on that All-Star team. I have that All-Star game on VHS. It's back at my parents' house back in the States, but I don't remember Jason Williams being on that team. I guess he was. They said he was. He was an All-Star. I didn't even know he was an All-Star. I've watched that game a lot. That was, if we're talking, they say he was an All-Star 98, which would be the 97-98 All-Star game. That was Kobe's first All-Star game. Yeah, I don't remember him on that squad. Anyway, let me know what you think about it. If you have any more cool videos, cool Larry Bird stories, shit like that, drop it in the comment section for me. And go check out our reaction video playlist and our Larry Bird playlist to stay up to date on all the Larry Bird content we're putting out, man. Appreciate you guys. And again, thank you for the recommendation. And I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.